Hey yo everyone, I am Ekin, and this is the next episode in the infection-free zone playthrough. So let's get to it. Well, there's still this hole in here. Is no one patching it? 177, how many guys are working? Well, there's 10 buildings and there's 3 people to repair. That explains the issues. Let me see, how about this one? 844. Oh, I see. The problem with getting all these items is that it's going to make the space go low quite fast. There's still a bunch of... There's still one big one in there. It is so funny how they look like ants just going around. Yet there they are. This guy has a backpack there. I was going to say that I think it lacks some like customization for the survivors and shit. But sheesh, we're almost at 700. Although 100 are children, so. But I'm not saying exactly customization per se, but a possibility to add resources that improve the survivors. Like, for example, being able to put a backpack, or putting like helmets on these guys, or like basic defenses, increasing the... for example, I don't believe that these guys have machetes on them like the squads have, but these guys don't, so it would be interesting to upgrade them to carry a knife at all times, or get better hammers or tools or whatever the fuck, so that it increases the speed that they grab shit. It would be interesting to customize them that way. I mean, basically just provide means for improvement, especially in a game that has I don't think that's how it's supposed to work.
Clear.
Quite sure that's not how it should work. Yep, it's definitely how it should.
Let's do it.
I don't know what's happened, but that's not how it should work. I'm quite sure about that. That's going to fuck me up, innit? Yep, it is going to fuck me up.
Receiving.
What the fuck are you doing here?
Clear.
Grab the tongs, go back. That is a very odd bug.
On my way.
No, grab the tongs. Where? Oh, just single one. We can bait them.
On my way.
Like, kinda try and make things safe.
Let's do it.
I mean, it's not going to... Although these guys are going to help, for sure.
Waiting orders.
We could just bait them to get close to the buildings where there's the other guys in there.
Let's do it.
That works. But we've been here just to gather those items in there, and then...
Another one incoming.
Another one. Sure. No, come close.
Going
Let's
there.
have some fun. Come on,
On my way.
right here. Get close.
Roger.
Shoot them. I mean, you guys have bullets, so bullets is not a problem. I think they're going to be able to kill them before they arrive.
Requesting support.
No, they didn't. The fuckers. Now we have some damage on the fucking thing. Well, these guys. God damn it, neighborhood watch outside with their sirens. I don't exactly see a reason for a neighborhood watch. Most of the time.
Infected incoming.
I mean, there are some very specific situations in which there is a need. For example, the neighborhoods that I live in,
On my way.
it slowly became what I like to call old people neighborhood, because most of the young people, it's, I mean,
On my way.
yeah, pretty much most of the young people just left. And it's very easy for you to notice here in Brazil when a neighborhood became an old person neighborhood. It is because there's a lot of crackheads and hobos
On my way.
and what else? Like people living in the streets. Because when there is a lot of like young people around, the parents they care about for the safety of the kids, so they pretty much like keep shooing away all the crackheads and like calling the police more often and like all those regular things. But when it is mostly old people living in the neighborhood, there is not as much conflict because there's not as many kids outside, and there's not as many teenagers going around and just like bothering the crackheads or like
Let's do it.
being teenagers, you know.
Let's do it.
So there's not that many altercations happening. So since that doesn't happen, the crackheads keep like, I mean, I say crackhead, but it's kind of the like people that like use drugs but are not exactly aggressive and shit. Sometimes they might steal some of your shit from your yards when you're not looking, but the kind of the crackhead that is not going to rob you in daylight. Because there's just like, it is a safe location for them to hang around, because most of the old people are just like looking at them and just think, oh, poor thing,
Let's do it.
look at the poor guy in there. And then most of the old people just like give them food because they feel sorry for them, and then they like give like clothing and all the other things. I mean, not to say that they aren't people, they are, but choices. And I understand that there may be situations in which you don't exactly have a choice.
On my
But
way.
regardless, it is
Roger. On my way.
it is something that you kind of have a certain modicum
On my way.
of choice into it.
Going there.
I, for example, have a... God damn it, I forgot to dump the things.
Roger.
I, for example, have a childhood... Fuck you. A childhood friend who became a crackhead. And he now and then just goes around, walking around, just like doing fuck all, and just being a bother to everyone.
Going
And
there.
I'm quite sure that he stole some things from my house now and then.
On my way.
Because that it is how it is. From the possibly like,
On my
because, for example, sometimes you forget something outside,
Incoming.
and then the next day you go in there, you just remember, it's just like, oh, goddamn, I forgot something outside, and then you go there, and there's not anything there. The thing that you left is not there anymore. So, someone stole.
Going there.
The possibility that the person is stole from you knows you. It's always higher,
Let's do it.
because
We're on the move.
you are, if you know them, for example, let's say that you know a person, this is very common with like friends and shits that like to steal shit all the time. If you know someone
Roger.
and then you think, well, I'm gonna go and steal something from that person's house. If the person catches you inside of the house, the area, the yard, or whatever the fuck, they can always say, well, I was just visiting you, and then I thought you were home, but you weren't. They can always say things like that. They can always, like, construct a lie on top of, oh no, but we are friends, aren't we? So it is very easy for them to try and
We're on the
steal from a person that they know than it is from a person that they don't. So I'm quite sure that anything that might have been missing in here, it is very likely that he was the one who stole.
Receiving.
There's no way to prove, just allegations, but
We're on the move. Roger.
yeah, it wouldn't be the first time.
Going there.
But yeah, for example, he
We're on the move.
didn't have the best of life. His family didn't treat him well for most of his life. But then,
We're on the move.
a little bit before he started becoming a crackhead and went out to live in the streets and shit, he had a very good life. His life was better than mine at the moment, at the time when it happened.
Building adapted.
And then, suddenly, out of nowhere, he decided to use a fuck ton of drugs. He was, at the time he was working, his work was good, wasn't like shit work.
We're on the move.
And, oh, god damn it, why the fuck am I not storing these things inside? He had good work. He had a partner at the time, which was a woman that came from another city and left her husband just to stay with him.
On my way.
So it was just wild. The person really liked him.
Going there. Roger.
So,
On my way.
and then he decided to use a fuck ton of drugs out of nowhere, just because he had the money that he gained from his work.
On my way.
And since he had like leftover money, he started using drugs. And then from there, it went downhill,
Let's do it.
like considerably downhill. So he
On my way.
intentionally
Construction ready.
destroyed his life. It's just one day he decided that he would destroy his life. You could say, oh, it is addiction and shit. What the fuck's going on? Just kill the guys. I mean, shoot, attack, use machetes, whatever the fuck. Just kill the fuckers.
Going there. They're coming.
Yeah, I know they're coming. Just scratch. So I understand there's the whole thing about but an addicted person doesn't have control and shit. Yeah, sure. I am a person that has an addictive personality, a very high addictive personality. I mean, but I am not addicted to anything.
Roger.
I have an addictive personality, but I'm not addicted to anything.
Roger.
I mean,
Going there.
when I was 18,
Spotted.
I stopped drinking. Just so that you know how unaddictive of a personality I have.
We're on the move.
When I was 18 was the moment where I thought, well, I think that's enough. I think, well, it's only going downhill from here, so let's stop. And then I just stopped. Just decided to stop. Just fucking
Let's do it.
not gonna drink anymore. I didn't. I mean, I won't say that now and then I just drink something, but then I am now what would be called a social drinker. I mean, I would drink if there is a barbecue and then only a little bit,
Going
just
there.
like less than a half a cup or whatever, of only for the taste. These days, like, the only reason for me to drink is because, well, I never drank that. I don't know what the taste is. So I'm going to drink half a cup and see if it is good or not. And if it's shit, I will never drink that thing again. And if it is good, well, maybe one day I could drink it. It's mostly so that I could, well, if I want to drink something, I know what is good and what isn't. I am mostly talking about these things and forgot about assigning people to doing shit. Almost half of it. Oh, the demand is low. Do you have enough greens? Well, that's the problem. The problem is the lack of greens. We need another farm. Fucking hell. But yeah, there is several possibilities as to why a person would use drugs or... Oh shit. I saw a bunch of red thingies showing up in there. I was going to say, why the fuck is it not improving, increasing more than it, but because it's max, that's why. How about food though? Food is fine. Should be okay. Where? This fucking thingy just going around. Oh. Yeah, fuck that. Well, what we are going to do is just... I mean, it's been a while since we told them to go somewhere outside, but let's just send them. I didn't tell you to... Sure. It's going bonkers.
Sir, that is not possible. Can do.
Sure. The map. Fucking well, why didn't you... It is... The game is not behaving properly today. Something is amiss. But yeah, being a neurodivergent person, I understand how sometimes you want to do something, but your brain wants something entirely different.
The infected are pillaging a building.
Just regular fucker. Let's go there. But yeah, I understand how that would work, but at the same time, is this van not attached to anyone? I don't know. At the same time, it's just
Hostiles inbound.
I would say it's more so of what is the word?
Requesting support.
Where when you... Oh fuck 'em. Just pass through. For example, in order for you to decide, consciously decide that living on the streets is a good idea, there is no issue with that, well, it needs to be way over there. Because you being mentally unwell or whatever the fuck doesn't remove your basic unless it is like way over when you're just like possibly schizophrenic or whatever the fuck, like at levels that are fucking high as well, or like having, for example, Alzheimer's, like when shit like really hit the fan. God damn, I forgot I went up there to get the... I am quite sure that whatever it is that I'm saying, it is... Did they arrive? Yeah, they're coming. Whatever it is that I'm saying, it is very... It's a Dawgs horde. Let's get everyone here. Aside from you, which is going to bait them. Come on, yeah, fuckers. Let's pass in the middle. It's gonna be slower, but it's gonna be able to bait them. And as we bait all these fuckers, because when we are alone and by ourselves, the infected don't care. They all come towards the direction where you are. If they are close to another, like any other enemies or whatever. Oh, there's two. Is that? Are there two swarms and I didn't notice? Or did they spread around? I don't know. Well, it's as long as I can manage to kind of keep them close in a way. Although it's kind of a bad idea to gather them all together at this same location, but I don't know. Should be kind of fine. Let's go back, buddy. From here, they're going to go down. Hopefully, they're going to all attack the gate, and the gate can handle the full force of the attack, so it shouldn't be a problem. Oh boy, it is getting slow because they are all on top of each other and quite sure about that. So yeah, like I was saying, you need to renounce a bunch of your
Infected are pillaging a building.
human desires in order to think, well, it is fine to live on the streets, not take a bath, not know if I'm going to eat. Like that, there is a bunch that you need to rationalize. Oh, I knew that there was going to be at least a single
They're breaking into our building.
thingy that would break. But you need to rationalize a bunch of things before you think that it's a very good idea for you to live in the streets soon. And as I said, aside from mental instability, anything else is just like a... I don't know what exactly how to place it. Yeah, I don't exactly know how to. It would require a bunch of time for me thinking about it in order to find a proper way to explain in a manner that it's not me saying, oh, but I hate those people, which isn't exactly that way. It is one of the problems of being autistic. I'm trying to pass an opinion about something that might be shown up as entirely different from the opinion that I'm trying to pass. Oh well. And that's it for now. Thank you for watching, and I see you next time.